Okay, so let's dig into this right away. First thing, the name, black box. It's not black, is it?
No, not at all. They're actually painted this really bright, distinctive orange, international safety orange, technically.
Orange. Why that specific color, just so it stands out?
Pretty much. It's all about visibility. That specific shade, it's a high chromaticity orange. It just pops. Whether it's in, murky water, dense forest, snow, it's designed to be spotted easily, even in low light. In a recovery situation, time is absolutely critical, so finding it fast is paramount.
Makes sense. And location, where do they usually stick this vital piece of kit on a plane? And why there? We hear crash proof, but what does that really mean? How tough are we talking?
Right. So you'll almost always find it mounted way back in the tail section.
The tail?
Yeah. And that's not random. Crash data, simulations, they all show the tail usually survives impacts better than, say, the front or middle. It's just structurally the most likely place to remain somewhat intact. And crash proof, well, nothing's completely indestructible, but these are incredibly resilient. They're engineered and rigorously tested, mind you, to take immense forces. We're talking impact forces over 3,400 times gravity.
No, 3D 400 Gs.
Yeah, and intense heat, like over 1,100 degrees Celsius for an hour. Think jet fuel fire. Plus deep sea pressure, like being miles under the ocean. They have to survive that and keep transmitting a locator signal for typically up to 30 days.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. It's not just one box, right? People say the black box, but it's actually two things inside.
Exactly right. Inside that tough orange shell, there are two separate recorders doing different jobs. First, you've got the flight data recorder, the FDR.
FDR.
Think of it like the plane's technical diary. It records thousands of different parameters. Altitude, airspeed, engine settings, rudder position, flap settings, just tons of operational data, the hard facts of what the plane was doing.
That's the second one.
That's the cockpit voice recorder, or CVR. And it does pretty much what the name suggests. It captures audio from the cockpit, pilot conversations, chatter between them, communications with air traffic control, any alarms or alerts going off, even just ambient sounds like switches clicking.
So you get the technical data and the human side. Why is having both so critical for investigators?
Well, they paint a much fuller picture together than either could alone. The FDR tells you what happened objectively. The aircraft banked sharply, the engine power reduced, that kind of thing. But the CVR can tell you why. Were the pilots confused? Did they discuss a problem? Was there some outside noise, maybe an explosion, that startled them? You need both the technical sequence from the FDR and the human context from the CVR to really piece together the chain of events. It's about understanding the actions and the reasons behind them.
Okay, so they build this incredibly tough box. It survives a crash against all odds. Rescue teams find it. But that's not the end of the story, is it? Getting the information out isn't always straightforward.
No, definitely not. Finding it is just step one. Decoding the data, that can be a really painstaking process. It can take weeks, sometimes even months.
Weeks or months.
Yeah.
Why so long?
Several reasons. The data itself can be in complex, sometimes proprietary formats. You need specialized hardware and software. And if the recorder was damaged even slightly, despite the protective casing, getting the data off the memory chips might involve delicate physical repairs or very careful extraction techniques. And with the CVR, the audio quality might be poor. Lots of background noise, static. Making the voices intelligible can require some pretty advanced audio filtering. It's real detective work.
So what does this all boil down to for us, for passengers?
It means that every time investigators successfully recover and analyze this data, the insights they gain feed directly back into making flying safer. Lessons learned from black boxes lead to changes in aircraft design, new pilot training procedures, updated safety regulations. It's a constant cycle of improvement. That tragedy, that data gets turned into knowledge that helps prevent future accidents. It plays a huge, huge role in the safety standards we rely on globally.
It really is amazing how one relatively small, super tough device underpins so much of global aviation safety.
It really is. And maybe something for you to think about is, what stands out to you about how one piece of technology, often unseen, can have such a profound worldwide impact on keeping us safe? It makes you wonder what other hidden engineering safeguards our lives every day.